Alex, what up, dude? I always see you being really active on the fan page, and you were in the Cobus method live chats and all that kind of stuff, and you always send me messages on Twitter, and I really appreciate the fact that you're so active and that you support everything I do. I really appreciate it, since this is the first time that we're talking, so I just want to start with that. I just watched your video, the one that you submitted to DC Feedback. Very rad, very cool. I see very many things in the video that I do too. I'm not saying you're doing what I do. I'm just saying that I'm seeing a lot of my own playing and my own kind of production techniques and things in your video. So I feel comfortable commenting on the video because I always also use the multiple angles and the songs and stuff. So the biggest thing that I want to mention with regards to the playing is the production value. I'm going to speak about the production value, and then I'll say something about the drumming as well. But the production value, and I'm talking about the editing and the video and stuff like that, is really important to realize what kind of video are you making. And this is a decision that kind of popped up in my head along this whole process of making drum covers, and I got to a point where I thought, okay, am I making kind of an instructional video so that people see exactly what I'm doing? Or am I making kind of a music video kind of video, which is just entertainment and entertaining, and it's not really instructional. You can't really see what I'm doing, but it's kind of entertaining. And I think the big difference between that is the overhead series, which is overhead angle for the whole song, so you can see exactly what I'm doing, but there's very little entertainment value in terms of the angles. And then the Fuego series, which is really cinematically shot and kind of interesting to look at, and it's much more entertaining than the overhead series, but with many fills and many grooves you can't really see what I'm doing because the angles are like close-ups or kind of depth of field-y kind of shots, really cinematically shot. So that's kind of the two ends of the spectrum, and I think it's really important to realize what you want to do. If you want to make like a technical, nice instructional video that people can see what you're doing, then the editing needs to be a lot less busy than what your video is now. If you want to make something that's much more entertaining, then just kind of dabble with the edit a bit and see if you can't make it I'm not saying make it more entertaining, I'm just saying keep that in the back of your mind when you're editing these videos. Because when we watched your video, it's difficult to kind of see exactly what you're doing on the kit. So for a drumming website to give feedback on the drumming, it's kind of difficult because we couldn't really see exactly what you were doing because of the angles and stuff. So in terms of production value, I could actually keep talking for like a day and a half, so I'm going to stop now. And what I want to say about the drumming is that the biggest thing that I noticed is that you switched hands on the hats at a certain stage. Like you laid with your right hand and then you switched to your left hand, and especially like certain little fills and things you did on the hat, you switched the hands, which is awesome. Which I actually also started getting into, I'd say 2 or 3 years ago. I started forcing myself to kind of lead with my left hand sometimes, because my left hand is stupid, as we all know. It's not my non-leading hand, it's the less intelligent of the two. Whoops. And so what I started to do to kind of circumvent that is I started to lead with my left hand, just to kind of get it a bit smarter, and I see you do the same thing. So I think it's rad that you do that, but don't just do it, and Thomas Lang said this as well, but don't just do it because it looks rad. You should kind of practice it, so that your left hand gets smarter and that it gets more on par with your leading hand, which is your right hand. So that's the one thing. Lead more with your left hand. You're doing it, so just keep doing it. And in terms of the production value, just kind of decide what kind of video you want to edit, and then try to replicate that feel. But it's good to talk to you for the first time, and I really appreciate the support, and thanks for your video.